ich würde sagen, bevor wir zu Medusa gehen, gehen wir mal mit Apollo und einmal mit Freddy. Ich würde sagen, erstmal mit Freddy.
Hey, hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
Well, I went to a party held by the goddess of love, and she died.
Man, I always miss the really good parties. Here I was, sitting at home, just reading a book. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Was weißt du über die Götter?
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Oh, okay. Apollo!
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan.
Oh.
And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Oh, Wir nehmen ihn trotzdem.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, I guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Ja.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then.
Okay, now
Tell me
noch
what you know
Persephone.
about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created Winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and
Meine
virginal
Tochter war dafür.
fertility
Okay, ich
goddess.
erschaffe Winter.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Ja,
Well, she is
shame.
pretty pissed. That much is true.
Oh, Pan haben wir noch. Aber ich halt wahrscheinlich genauso.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly,
Yeah.
he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat.
Oh,
Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
okay. Ja, okay.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Also ich glaube, die Statue ist wahr, die
I'm giving you
Geschichte.
the quick
Ich glaube,
version.
die gibt es.
There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this,
Maybe.
but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Tja. Ist ja
You know
eigentlich
what I find
hängen
weird?
geblieben.
That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline. Greek gods
Ja,
exist
okay.
and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy one.
BuzzFeed?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Yeah. Okay, wir haben noch Apollo und Medusa. Erstmal zu Apollo. Ach, der hat auch ein Haus am Strand, der feine Herr.
Hello
Vielleicht kriegen wir
again.
jetzt unseren Kuss.
I can't remember the last time I had guests so frequently. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party. Did you have any questions or?
Wie oft bist du gestorben? Werde ich mich anders fühlen, wenn ich mich verändere?
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met, fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century.
Oh, okay.
The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives.
Das
Wir blenden
klingt sehr
together.
stressig.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
Wenn ich mich an mein eigenes Leben erinnern?
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Dann wird sich ja Aphrodite irgendwann nicht mehr an ihr schlimmes Leben erinnern, aber auch nicht mehr an ihren Mann, was auch ein bisschen, das auch sehr traurig ist.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start
I
to
don't know.
fade?
We're many thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Oh?
Yeah, but
Ein bisschen
doesn't that
Alzheimer
mean
kann auch
we've
schon
all
passieren.
forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and
Nix.
pieces, I guess. Not much.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important bits, but little else. Some of the really old memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle, and nothing more.
Wie oft bist du gestorben? Ich glaube, das ist eine schwere Frage zu stellen.
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the Eidolon, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
So your name isn't really Apollo.
Most recently, it was Lucas. Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
Das
It was weird
stimmt.
for him, too.
Sieht nicht aus wie ein Lukas.
Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Erzähl mir von Lukas.
Tell me about this Lucas. How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing.
Hä?
He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it. But it
Klingt
wasn't.
alles so selbstmordgefährdet. Tut mir alle so
Lucas
leid.
saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
So no trial for you? Huh?
Hätten auch
Wasn't
alle so sein
easy at
können. Du hast ihn
first.
umgebracht.
Without memories or anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Was wäre passiert, wenn Lukas nicht da gewesen wäre? Da wäre Apollo
Wait,
futsch.
what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried to rescue you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died, then the eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
There have been stories about eidolons that survive for a time and go wandering.
Huh.
That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on
Futsch.
is how an idol really dies.
Hm.
Forever.
Och Mann, ich dachte, wir kriegen noch
It's a
eine
lot to
Kussszene oder
consider.
so.
Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Oh. Ich möchte mehr über dich erfahren.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Ja.
Yeah, well, it comes naturally. Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests.
Huh.
We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
Okay.
People collect marbles?
Or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps?
Ja, wir sammeln Autos.
The
Immer.
point is, we took our
Nicht
godly
ausgebildet.
duties very seriously.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope.
Aha, also waren es doch
The
nur drei.
sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation. Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Oh, ja, okay. Ja. Och
Who did
Mann, ich will eigentlich wieder ein
become
Lied
after that
hören.
poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking. She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall.
Oh.
I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually, she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation.
Das stimmt.
Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
Okay.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Shame. Okay, jetzt gehen wir endlich mal zu Medusa. Los geht's.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone.
Hat die dich nicht gesagt so eine
I'm
Bar?
here now. Just another day in the life of an idol. Oh, there you are. Man, this place is gross. Why is someone peeing me? Freddie? What are you doing here?
What, you
Sehr,
probably wouldn't
sehr
notice you skulking
unauffällig.
off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Bete dich an. Du sollst nicht hier sein. Du hast Ausrüstung bei... Bevor dass du hier bist. Du hast Ausrüstung?
What kind of equipment does one bring to a meeting with Medusa?
This isn't a meeting, Grace. You're not here to sell her on your business plan.
Please tell me you don't have any weapons in there.
I certainly hope one of you brought more than sheer ignorance.
Oh, it's you.
It is me. How exciting, no?
No!
Anne, what are you doing
Maybe, I
here?
don't know.
I'm the one who told you about this place. You didn't expect my curiosity to get the better of me?
No. Fühlst du dich schuldig? Ich brauch dich nicht. Mir die Wahrheit.
Why are you really here, Pan? The truth this time.
I need to have some dastardly ulterior motive other than to be of assistance. For shame, Grace.
You just don't get it, do you? The act is wearing real thin.
It's true. I am a bad man, and I spoke poorly.
And? That's it?
I hope even you, Freddie,
That's it.
could see that advice from an idol might be useful here.
I suppose.
Was ist ein Ratschlag? Kein Shiori kann sie wirklich Menschen in Steine verwandeln? Ist wieder nicht übersetzt. Aber ich muss damit erkennen. Ist Medusa wirklich eine Spionin? Was? Kann sie wirklich Steine
Medusa is the one
verwandeln?
who turns people into stone just by looking at them, right?
People, yes. Idols, not so much. Or that's my assumption. I'll admit to not knowing if she's ever turned her gaze on one of us.
Great. Is there any way to make someone not a statue?
Fuck.
If it turns out she can?
Welche du da draußen ist wirklich.
Sort of Medusa dying?
Ist auch noch Regen? I'm not sure.
Not unless she wishes it.
Ja, Regen ist auch. Aber es wird blitzt auch die ganze Zeit draußen.
Apollo said she's some kind of spy master for Athena. Is that right?
A truer description, I'd say, is that she's more Athena's servant. Poor thing can't survive on her own. So she's become whatever Athena needs. Spy master, enforcer, provider of garden statuary.
That doesn't sound fair.
It isn't. But keep in mind,
Athena
Medusa
die ist
is
weird,
no
die
helpless
Alte.
maiden.
Die ist so
She is
sass.
as clever as she is dangerous. And Athena knows it.
If you have any advice, Pan, I'm all ears.
Well, I assume you know how Medusa became what she is.
She used to be human, right? And then Athena cursed her. Pretty unfairly, too.
Now, however, Athena hasn't the power to undo her own curse.
Oh,
Or so she claims.
That's gotta suck.
Medusa
aber warum
isn't
kann
happy about it, no.
Hekate sie nicht einfach
Yet she
zurückverwandeln?
survives
Die hat doch
because
auch
she
magische
must.
Kraft.
As do we all.
Okay,
Okay,
los
enough
geht's.
talking. Time to do this.
See? That's the spirit. Now there's simply the matter of getting you in before she's aware you're here.
You're gonna help her do that?
Why not? You're more apt to become a statue than to be any true help, my dear.
Oh,
Knock it off,
stimmt.
both of you. I have a
hoffe
plan
mal
for getting
nicht.
inside.
A word of advice before we proceed. Once you find Medusa, make the number a knockout.
Okay. Ablenkung einsetzen. Einen anderen Eingang finden. Den Vollstrecker konfrontieren. Den Vollstrecker konfrontieren. Konfrontieren. Naja, irgendwie so heißt es schon. Ja, was soll man machen? Oh mein Gott. Deutsch schwer. Ja, deutsche Sprache ist eine schwere Sprache. Ganz echt schön. Okay. Einen anderen Eingang. Okay. Was ist denn da oben? Wo ist die Ablenkung? Oh. Einen anderen Eingang halt dann. Ethisch.
Did you really have to follow us up here? You grunted the entire climb.
Those were exertions. I am a hardy but delicate flower.
That's the kind of help we needed.
Neither of you are helping. I have to concentrate to pick this open.
Are you sure it's wise to go jumping in through a skylight, Grace? It's
Ja, wir sollten halt Banger machen, ne? Von euch kam keine andere Idee. Ich komme gut allein zurecht. Das klappt schon. Das klappt schon.
I could have rolled in guns blazing. Maybe tossed a few grenades while I'm at it.
magnificent. Do you have any of these things?
No.
She's joking.
I'm very joking. And there we go.
Easy.
Absolutely. This is the fun part.
Maybe let's split up and look around.
Oh, Lied. Ja, ja. Oh.
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day, dreaming of tonight. This
Jetzt ist schon ein bisschen creepy.
Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow.
Oh mein Gott.
Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the Muse. There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right.
Oh mein Gott.
I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
Medusa, listen, stop, I'm warning you. This is something you don't want to do.
Tell me more about
Klingt
me.
lecker.
Look at you. A prime sashimi with opinions too.
Medusa, listen, I'm warning you.
Yes, keep on warning
There's no
me.
rewinding, it's something you can't undo.
Do.
Can't undo.
It's kind of the point, lovely.
Oh. Oh mein Gott. Game over.
What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That
Will ich
much is
nicht?
widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine that the oozy musey blows my wine this time. Look into me. Oh, she's looking away. Hey, look into me.
Saw hunger with no end. You lost Medusa.
das Change Beat ist für die. Das ist richtig cool.
She was mad at me. So,
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
Medusa, look into your own eyes. Nope. Okay, the phone thing doesn't work on you. Ooh. Nevertheless, let's take a look at you. Ban called you hideous. That's just untrue.
Enough.
I'd kill for eyes like that. The body too.
Don't look at
Oh,
me.
ja, ne?
Maybe the hair needs some attending to.
Don't look at me.
Big picture, honey. It's nothing you can't undo. Yeah, you're not a
We
killer.
can fix her!
You're much too cute.
You're lost, little girl. No more Hail Marys.
No, we can fix you, Medusa.
We both know the cute girl's you. The killer's me.
Don't know, you don't know.
I do know that you didn't
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
know.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No. Fine grace.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like fate
won't see what your eyes see when you look at me. Don't look at me.
Oh. We can fix you. Alles gut.
No.
Och Mann, du hast den ganzen Moment zerstört, Pan.
You think you can turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off? I'm betting you can't.
The lighter was my idea.
Das ist unser Point.
Nice timing on the arrival, you two.
Ja.
Ugh, this place is bigger than I thought. And creepy.
I was glad to have Freddy to protect me.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine. Fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty Muse?
Warum bist du im Schrein? Weißt du es nicht? Hast du auch versucht, Kelly zu fressen? Das weißt du nicht.
Oh, come on. You really can't guess? You're smarter than that.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the Muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
Asterion sagte, dass ihr euch getroffen habt. Du hast Athene nichts gesagt. Warum bist du Calliope gefolgt? Warum sollten wir dir glauben? Warum bist du ihr gefolgt?
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spymaster, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Hast du herausgefunden, warum Calliope dort
Did you
war?
ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the Muse fleeing. She was frightened, blooded,
Huh.
dying.
A tasty snack for you to hunt down.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
does make sense from your perspective.
Didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
Und du hast Athena
You
nichts
haven't told
gesagt.
Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Aber
Why
woher
not?
solltest du das denn
Wouldn't
wissen?
Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
No, I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
Asturian sagte, dass ihr euch getroffen habt.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
Oh, that seems rather unlikely. The bull's as gentle as a lamb.
Das stimmt, der ist voll der
pretty much
Cutie.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found
I
her
don't know.
afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me.
Warum sollten wir dir denn glauben?
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right.
Sure.
And not at all trying to
I'm
cover
not
your
so
own
sure
ass.
about this.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
Oh,
Klingt nicht so.
Medusa.
Well, what of you? The only reason I knew Calliope was going to the reliquary is because you informed me.
Well,
Speaking
Was
of
mach
covering
doch.
one's ass.
it is true. But Grace, I can explain.
Then explain.
I'll bet you can. Let's put a pin in that for the moment, shall we?
I am a monster. It's true. I do not deny
Oh mein
it.
Gott, ich hab Hunger.
I did not kill the muse.
Ich hab genug Fragen
Okay,
gestellt.
let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me.
Oh mein Gott, ich höre fast gar nichts.
I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Ja, ich glaube dir. Du machst jetzt, oder? Ich werde darüber nachdenken.
Indiscretion, huh?
Oh, er ist wieder so laut.
It's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth,
Die ist so sass, die Alte. Oh.
I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse.
Das tut mir irgendwie ein bisschen leid.
We meet again someday. And sing a different song.
Huh.
Okay, so that was fun. Grace, I'll meet you back at home.
Oh Mann, der
Now,
schmollt ein
before you
bisschen.
say anything,
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her. No questions asked.
Ja, ja. Ich
I
glaube
never
nicht.
lied to you, Grace. I said I didn't know what became of Calliope at the reliquary, and I didn't. But I wanted to, so I nudged you in the right direction.
Du hast mich angelogen. Warum hast du es getan? Du hast sie verraten. Warum hast du es getan?
Why? Is there some reason you need to know what happened to Calliope?
Is that so strange? Don't we all desire justice?
You sent me to the reliquary because you wanted justice.
I am
I don't
trying to
believe.
help, Grace. in my way.
Auf deine Art.
What do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
The way where I don't take all the blame.
Nah.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Und jetzt geht er wieder.